OpenAI just invested $250 million in a research lab called Merge Lab that is actually evaluated in $850 million. And one of the co-founders of this lab is Sam Altman himself. And the claim is that the next stage of human technology co-creation will be direct communication, which means that we wouldn't need language or typing in order to communicate with technology. And the claims are no different from a different research lab named BioLink that is backed up by Elon Musk. And the only difference between them is how invasive the process is going to be in order for that to be possible. And when we are looking at both claims, we are looking at the answer to what is the next stage in human intelligence. It sits in the crossroad between where artificial intelligence and human technology begins. And they are all pointing to one place, which is our brain. Our brain is one of the organs the scientists never able to crack up. There is no tangible evidence, even though we are all talking about thoughts, to what thoughts actually are, other than what we already know, which is the firing and wiring in our brain, which both labs are claiming. But we don't know where thoughts are, memories, what happens when we are imagining or engaging in anything that is called thought or cognitive ability. The only tangible result are the firing and wiring. And think about that. The labs claim that they would be able to translate those signals. They would be able to look at the trained data of patterns and to be able to translate that. And if we would think, what does that mean on us? What is the reflection on human and what we call intelligent? We would be able to see that if we all have patterns, which means that we are all doing the same thing, which means that even though we want to believe that we have thoughts and emotion, and for some reason we are able to create something different with the magic we have, which is thoughts, the claim itself kind of open our minds that we are not. Think about it. We are all human beings. We are different in culture and languages, and we all look different. So how come they will be able to have trained data and break it us to big groups, even maybe all of us, and to be able to identify from something that calls signals what it means? Because that's what AI is able to do. It means that our brain is actually a software program that somewhere around our lives we became, instead of what we can be, very predictable, that we are using the thoughts not to create something new, but to run as a software program. And that is actually explained in psychology. Psychology claims that we have something that call it the conscious and the subconscious, and 90% of what runs in our mind, our thought process, is running under our conscious awareness. So somewhere around our lives, we became wired, all of us, the same way. Because if we weren't, AI wouldn't be able to translate us. It wouldn't be able to achieve a trained database that will be able to predict from the only evidence of thought what are the signals and what does it mean. And that is exactly what we should focus on as the next stage of human evolution. Because one of the amazing things we do know about the brain that humanity holds and only humanity can do is shape the brain by the way we use it, which means those firing and wiring can be different by the process of thoughts that run on the brain itself. And that is actually proven by a story of one of the most smarter people up until now that we know. The name of the person is Albert Einstein. And he donated his brain after he died to science. And even though it was stolen, before it was stolen, the scientists wanted to measure the size of the brain, believing that the size of the brain will support why Albert Einstein was one of the smartest people we know. But what they found out is actually that the size wasn't different from any average size of a brain on Earth currently. But what they did find is that the firing and wiring, which creates bridges of connection between different parts of our mind, was significantly different than any other brain they have saw up until now, which means that he had the same technology as all of us, but he was able to direct its thoughts in a different way that able him to see different things, form information, to be able to create from thought itself something that we were never trained to do. So think about it. Both labs are claiming that we both connect at thoughts. We all agree that up until what science know about thought up until now, it's firing and wiring. They claim they can read us. They claim we all are doing the same. And by looking at Albert Einstein means he was able to do something different, but not with different equipment, with the same equipment we all own. But he had something different. He was able to direct his thoughts. Every bridge represents a thought process. And apparently, we're all wiring the same. But he wasn't, and he became one of the smartest people on earth. And if you look at that story of Merge Lab, it kind of opened your mind to a new perspective, which means that metacognition is the new stage in human evolution, where we understand that thought itself is the power. And how we direct it and how we claim awareness on it is the next stage in human evolution. Because the minute those claims of those two research labs become truth means that we do have the technology because we are able to use the brain and shape it differently, something we cannot do with any different organ we have, or a different culture on earth that is able to do that. But for some reason, we're not doing it. We're letting our thoughts, our subconscious, run us, which means that AI will be able to, read our signals. And whether you would decide it will be invasive for you or not, in order to create something new, you will need the assistance of AI and technology. And for me, that's a waste of time and a waste of energy for what we have all this time, but never were trained to see. And we'll never learned how to use thoughts to our benefit. And you know what? Think about it. It's something we all have but never use. And we all believe we have metacognition, but we don't. Because the minute those labs reach their goal, it means we're all the same, regardless of where we live and how different is our culture and our background. But we're thrown into big buckets that are predictable. And this is something that we don't have. And it's simply thinking about something. That's what shapes our brain. It's not learning anything new, that per se, it's not new information. It's new information that we need in order to, run our own equipment. And we do it every day when we are running around trying to know every feature and click every button and listen to every podcast and every thought leadership when it comes to AI. But when it comes to our technology, it claims we have it and we don't invest in it. So for me, it's really easy. Metacognition is the answer, because if we don't, well, the question of intelligence already been answered. And honestly, if technology would want to control us, we wouldn't even be in a stage where we will see it. Because unless we gain awareness to our subconscious, we're building a glass cage. And glass walls are ones that are never deducted, that we will never be able to see. And I'm really interested to hear what you think. Do you think that the claim of those labs actually means that we are not using our human technology? Come back to the comments, let me know what you think. And if you are ready to start investigating what metacognition means, subscribe to this channel. This is a first step in opening your mind to new kind of ideas. And all in all, I'm going to see you in the next video.